Bro, the science of how mental health can affect your looks is actually pretty insane. So I made a short about how basically mental health can just like affect your looks, and I didn't put any citations in it. User Poll581 said, source, trust me bro, as if mental health doesn't affect your looks. So I'm making this whole video for you, bro, and for everyone else, so we can all figure out how like stress affects our looks. For a long period of time, I was like riddled with anxiety, and you know, obviously that makes you depressed. Then personal hygiene goes out the window, your self-confidence goes through the floor. It's honestly absolutely terrible to be in that kind of a mindset because it's a snowball effect. That snowball thing is a really important thing because like one anxious thought, if you don't interrupt it and you allow it to carry over weeks and months, can actually change your brain in a crazy way where suddenly it allows the ability for more anxious thoughts to come in. There's a neurological basis for what's going on. So like that shit that you're thinking affects your brain. And so basically that was like this whole journey was like realizing I did a ton of therapy and then I realized, oh, like I'm actually still completely fucked in the head. Yeah, 17 to 28, so around 11 years. So to be honest, boys, I've been seriously mentally fucked at different points in my life. And exercise is the greatest tool for managing your mental health that we have. You can be suffering from anxiety in your day-to-day life, but if you like lift, you get a good workout in, that same day will not be like the way it was before you went into the gym. So one of the main reasons that exercise can just totally change your mental health is that literally when you move your muscles, they release these molecules. And these molecules actually like repair your brain and like keep you happy and like reduce anxiety. They're called myokines. Literally getting your blood pumping actually just increases blood flow to your brain. And that one thing will change how you feel dramatically. It's called cerebral blood flow. And basically improving cerebral blood flow will make you less anxious. Worsening cerebral blood flow will actually like basically make you more anxious and depressed. So, and it's a similar thing to everything where improving your overall health makes you feel better and look better. 45, getting heavy. Organization. When you're really mentally fucked, your brain is scrambled. So remember the 4 Ps. Preparation prevents potential problems. In general, being organized can actually save you from a lot of mental stress. For example, when you're really stressed, you'll feel really scrambled. And honestly, the best way to bring that back into order is to just organize your life. Prep your meals for the week, plan out what you're gonna eat for the week, plan out when you're gonna sleep, get everything ordered, you know. Sometimes things go wrong, but in general, if you have an organizational structure, you can adapt to it and you can still achieve your goals and do everything that you need to do. So organization and exercise are the first 2 steps to basically get yourself from completely mentally fucked to be a normal human being. But to actually level up outside of, you know, your mental health issues and improve your looks and everything else, you need one additional step. Mindfulness. Mindfulness is basically looking at yourself as a third person as you're experiencing emotions and moments. So let's say you just finally worked up the courage to ask your crush out and you got totally blown off. And now your palms are all sweaty, you're all shaky, you're even tearing up. You feel absolutely terrible and like a complete idiot. Now, mindfulness would basically say, I'm experiencing distress because I just got rejected. But then you'd also add another layer and you'd say, well, I don't actually know every single element of what's going on in this girl's life. Maybe she had something that she normally doesn't have for breakfast and she feels really gassy and she just wants to get out of the social interaction in that moment. Maybe she had a negative interaction with her sister earlier in the day and she's just in a terrible mood and, you know, oh my God. The point is that there's many factors that could be involved that don't have to do with your self-worth or whether you're not attractive to her. There's so many different like layers to every moment. Being mindful about your experiences will really make it so that you are not so battered by the winds of life. There's something that resonated with me that I heard many years ago, which is looking back on your deathbed, on your life, you don't care about the things that you did do and that you failed. What you care about is the things that you were too afraid to try. So be mindful, stay organized, exercise, and the life that you really want to live will unfold before you. The other crazy thing is that your skin will look way better and you will be a hotter version of yourself, basically. So you'll be even more confident and basically get even more wins and even more gains. Psychological stress literally speeds up the rate of aging, inside and out. There's some crazy studies in mice, because we don't actually do studies where we intentionally mess up humans, but where they have found that psychological stress literally gives the mice wrinkles. Another really important part of this is that your skin is a barrier that protects your internal organs, right? So the skin does more than just like get tan under the sun. It literally is a barrier that protects your internal system, right? And it turns out that psychological stress messes up that barrier. It makes it so it's more permeable. Things can come in a lot easier. That's actually really bad overall for skin aging because you need that barrier function to be working properly to stay healthy. Now, obviously, reducing psychological stress is the treatment for all of these things that we're talking about here. But another really interesting thing is that certain types of products can really benefit this skin barrier weakening that's involved in this accelerated aging. And one of the types of products is tallow. So tallow has ingredients that if you put it on your skin, it will actually help the skin barrier stay healthy. Side note, I do actually have a video about the tallow products that I personally use. So it's the 5 products that I wish I started using in my 20s video. Definitely go check that out if you guys are not familiar with tallow products. All right, anyways, back to the video. This is the third way that focusing on your mental can make you hotter. I did a ton of research for this. Every single day when you go outside, UV light hits your skin, and whether you like it or not, it causes DNA damage. And that DNA damage, it builds up over time and literally is what makes you wrinkled, have all these things that you don't want to have your skin look like. It turns out that psychological stress actually accelerates that process in a pretty crazy way. One, it slows down wound healing. It slows down the process of repairing DNA damage from UV light, which is what sunlight has. Also, psychological stress actually makes it so your skin gets more DNA damage from UV light exposure. So it both slows down the ability to heal that UV damage and makes it so you get more UV damage. All right, boys, so hit that subscribe button for more tips on science-based look maxing and how to get more out of life, or as I call it, life maxing.